Welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of woke up in a funky mood and just feel like playing with some makeup. I have a ton of new stuff from Colourpop, so I figured that I would try that today. I've played around with these products before just to make sure that shade matches were okay and everything, so I'm relatively familiar with how they work. I have already put my hair back and I have primed using the face milks from Fourth Ray Beauty, which is Colourpop's, I guess, sibling company. And so that's already on my face and I've let it dry down. It feels so good and nourishing. So far, I'm super loving both of these. I use the Matcha face milk first thing in the morning, and then at night I've been using the Chamomile after I wash my face. So both of them have just made my skin feel so soft. The Chamomile especially has noticeably reduced redness for me, and I'm just a really big fan, and I didn't think I would like them that much. I'm going to start with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer, and I am in the shade 10N. I have really been liking this. I was also not expecting that. I've watched a couple of videos where people have used this and have really liked it. Some weren't that impressed by it because it wasn't enough coverage for them, but you know, light coverage is actually perfect for me. And I know that Colourpop just came out with their Pretty Fresh foundation, which seems like quite a few people like. But because I'm not truly a foundation person anyway, a tinted moisturizer is like absolutely perfect for me. And so I'm going to go in with the Detail Blending Sponge. Oh, I already got some product on there from my hands. And I've dampened it, but I have loved this sponge so much. This pointed tip is great for blending out concealer. The only complaint I have about this combo with the moisturizer and the sponge is that it seems to soak up quite a bit. It's not the worst thing for me since I like lighter coverage anyway, but I was kind of hoping that the stuff that I put on my face kind of stayed on my face since I put so little anyway. I have a little boopy-doo right there, but that's okay. I would say if you are interested in getting the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, which is, you know, pretty pricey, this is a really good dupe for that. It's a pretty darn good shade match for me. So I didn't get a Colourpop concealer only because their concealers that they do have are full coverage, and that's not really my thing. And I didn't want to waste money just to say that I've had a full face. So I'm just going to go in with my Hourglass concealer. This concealer unfortunately might be a little too light for me right now, but that's okay. Definitely a winter shade. I've been sitting out in the sun every once in a while, but not that much, so I didn't think that I would look so ghostly. That's okay, I'm going to warm my face up in a little bit. So I have covered up a little bit of my freckles, so I'm just going to kind of wipe that off because that's not my vibe. I mean, I still look fairly hydrated, so I'm okay with the paleness for now. I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Blush Stix in the shade Roosevelt. They were pretty much sold out of every shade except this one and maybe a couple of others, but that worked out for me because I think this is so pretty. And although this is a blush, this works out as a bronzer for me. Bronzer contour. It's a little warmer, so I would say it's a bronzer, but it blends out so well. So I'll use the same sponge and just kind of pounce that in. Next, I'm going to go in the shade Lunar Has It in the pressed powder from the Kathleen Lights collab that she did with them. I really love this as a blush. The only complaint that I have about it is that it's extremely powdery. I don't know what it is, but it seems like so many products that I've got recently are just so pigmented and powdery and come off kind of gnarly. So, ooh, here's some ASMR. Sorry if you hated that. I bought a Colourpop brush set. I think it came with 11 or 15, 11 brushes. I think this was a really good deal. It was on the website for $30 for 11 brushes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm going to use the Colourpop F4. It's kind of a duo fiber stippling brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Again, really powdery. You can see it's just begging to just fall off. But I took a little bit of that on my brush and I'm just going to pat that in. I regret actually choosing this brush because it's a little stiffer than what I was hoping. And I think that looks really nice. I know that I just look extremely pale, but that's my fault, not Colourpop's. So kind of to hopefully warm up my face, I'm just going to take that same brush, go into the blush Stix, again Roosevelt, take a little bit of that and just kind of try and warm up my face a little bit more. Here's some more ASMR. So I already have two Colourpop palettes. I have the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette and I also have the Yes Please. I've used both of them throughout the years. I really love this one. I think it was really well done. But I did get two new palettes. I've been wanting this one for a very long time, the Mint 2B palette, which has a ton of really gorgeous looking mint tones. I also got the In a Trance palette. This I think is fairly new to their collection, but this was like screaming my name, and when I saw it I like collapsed practically. But this is just, it has my name written all over it. I'm a sucker for that. So I think I'm gonna play with this today actually, and I'll do Mint to be another day, maybe on like, I don't know, St. Patrick's Day or something. So I'm going to use the Colourpop E2 brush and go into the shade Up Level, which is this really pretty purple. To me, this shade makes the most sense for a transition shade, since obviously there aren't any tones of shadow in there that are close to my skin tone, but this actually works pretty well. It's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. I think that looks decent for right now. So using that same brush, I'm going to go in with Own Your Power. And I'm just going to put this on the outer corner to see if we can deepen this area up a little bit. I'm not going to lie, it's been a little hard to get some punch out of these. It's very muted, though in the pan it's extremely vibrant. I wonder if this is a palette that I would kind of have to use a eyeshadow primer, which it might be, and that's okay. So now I'm going to take the E9 brush and go in with Crown Chakra, which is this really pretty pearlescent pink that looks like it kind of has an orange shift to it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and try and go in this area here. There's like nothing there. Since this is kind of a shimmer, I'm just going to press this in with my finger, see if that works better. Okay, there we go. Really gotta lay it in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with my E9 brush that I used earlier, and now I'm gonna go into this darker blue shade called Transcendence. I see what you did there, you crazy Colourpop, you. That looks like it could be fairly pigmented, so I'm just going to dust this on the outer edge of my V. off my V, it sounds like I'm talking dirty. Okay, there we go. That's cool. So I really like the look of this. I'm feeling very cotton candy, Generation Z vibes right now. So I'm going to go in with the shade Clarity, which has this really pretty blue shift to it. And I'm just going to press that in with my finger. Oh, I love this shade. And I'm going to go right in the middle. Actually, I'm going to put that in my inner corner. Yeah. I mean, am I a fairy princess? Okay, very satisfied with that. I love this palette. Definitely happy with that purchase. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I really like this so far. I think it has a really nice scent. Again, I'm not really a fragrance person, but it's very fresh and summery. I love how it kind of melts all of my makeup together, including all of the powders, but I'm not sure how it really affects longevity of my makeup, especially in like LA summer heat. I think it'll melt it off faster. Okay. I feel a little bit pale, but that's okay. I'm going to put on some mascara, fill in my brows. I didn't buy those products from Colourpop because, again, I have things that work for me and I just don't need to waste and purchase new things that I don't need. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'm going to finish this all off with one more product from Colourpop. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. I've completed the rest of my face. I only put in some brow pencil, brow gel, a little bit of lip liner, and a gloss, and of course mascara. But other than that, I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. I think my cheek area and the bronzing that I did is definitely a little red and warmer toned than I like, but they didn't have a bronzer in stock, and this is the best I could do, and I don't think it's terrible. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite product that I've purchased in this last Colourpop haul, and that is the Freckle pen in the shade Dark Brown. I really, really like this, and the reason I was so excited about it is obviously I have my own freckles and I don't necessarily need to pencil them in, but I normally take a eyeliner pencil and just kind of fill in the ones that were covered up by like concealer or foundation or tinted moisturizer. I've been really loving it. I really just go in pretty lightly and just give myself back all the freckles that I covered up, and there were a lot down here and some in here, and so I quickly just do that, and it looks so natural. I mean, especially on me since I already have so many, but I think if you're looking for a Freck dupe, this is really great. They also have a lighter shade, but I just tap them in after that. Looks a little bit more natural, and that's really it. I'm very happy with my Colourpop purchases, and I just feel so much better after putting on some makeup. I think it's just a really good way to start my day, especially if I'm having, a weird day right off the bat. So now I'm gonna run some errands, fold some laundry, and just marvel at this eye palette because I really, really love it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give this a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below like what other kinds of videos you would like to see, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. My cat's meowing. I'm going to text my fiance to feed him so I don't have to get up. One moment. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my E9 brush that I used Noah? Noah. I'm going to quickly finish off the other things that I need to do.